Hey y'all, you already know who it is. It's your girl Brianna.
And your boy Calvin, man. If you guys want to support the channel more than now, man, hit that link in the description. Come Patreon. If not, subscribe. Tell a friend, and keep running us up. And y'all, today, man, we are here to talk about doggone from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. Y'all, this doggone movie was exactly a little bit of what I expected. It was a lot of action off real. The movie was not bad. I'll say that for sure. Like I liked it. Let's go ahead and say our initial feelings of the movie. What was your initial feelings? We'll start off the review saying that.
I mean, I definitely liked it. It has a little slow burn. Okay, it's a little cutesy, but when it turns up, it turns up.
Yeah. I definitely feel like the slow burn for sure came because of the simple fact. Of course, this is new. This is a new character that they introducing. Yeah. So you have to the whole pretty much first hour, you might well say, of the movie, you're getting introduced to her. It's not saying that there was no action in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because there were action scenes, especially with her learning and everything stuff that was going on. But sorry, more of it didn't come until later on. It's after the fact. You know what I mean? Once she really got to become who she really was and stuff. And
I just, I don't know. I feel like when a certain part in the movie, after she has learned certain things, that's when she goes right there to that little place and trying to do her little thing. And then after that, it's a whole lot of her trying to find herself and the purpose for why she needs to do certain things throughout the movie. And I think that'll make a lot more sense when you go see it. But I think I liked it to build up, because it start off it's like you got, it start off with her family, something happens, and then she gets, I don't want to give too much away.
I mean,
like she gets basically what the Continental. She gets taken it in, and
I mean she don't really get taken. And then Winston just saying in certain small instances, Winston comes, you know what I'm saying, and gets her.
Right.
Spoiler in that moment.
Yeah, and he basically takes her to this place where she gets to learn how she's supposed to do certain things. That's assassin material. And I feel like that probably would have made me, I don't know, I still give it like an 8.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, with this movie, I don't know if they're gonna do anything more with this idea of what, you know what I mean, they are planning on doing. Like, did they introduce her to give more of her story, give something later on to keep it going? Because as you know, if you don't know, this movie is set in between John Wick chapter 3 and 4. It's in between that time, so it's just like it makes sense why they brought him in here. But at the same time, I feel like they also did it like that so that way they have a reason to put John Wick, Keanu Reeves in this in some type of capacity. It does add a little context to the story a little bit, but he doesn't have a big enough part in the movie to the end to where it's like I can say like, hell, they really needed him for this. You know what I mean? I feel like this could have been a standalone thing where they didn't have him in there and they just talked about him a little bit. But I feel like they did that to try to make you really also want to come see the movie. Just in general, from the title, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. You know what I mean? It could have just been straight up Ballerina. You know what I mean? But I feel like they did that to try to really make you go, because it's just like, oh yeah, this is basically like a John Wick movie. You know what I mean? She learned from the same people he did type. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying though. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, with this movie, I felt like I needed more at the end. Like, it was a lot of questions. It was a lot of things that went unanswered. Like, where are you going? What are you going to do? Like,
where were you? Where was she at in John Wick 4? You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, it was so much stuff that just didn't answer certain questions for me, that I was just like, you know what? It was a good movie. I probably watched the movie at home, but you know.
But it definitely ain't one of them types of movies. If you looking in the whole kind of franchise of John Wick, to where it's like, oh, okay, look at John Wick 1, 2, 3, then look at this, and then look at 4. Because it's like, what does it lead up to? Now, if it be something like how with Marvel, you know what I mean, where each movie is at some point it comes together and plays a part. Now, if they do a John Wick, you know what I'm saying, 5 or something like that, because I've seen people talking about it's a possibility of that, then okay, I can see the actual all around point. But you know what I'm saying, I feel like also too, they did bring John Wick into this because of the simple fact, in a way, she looks up to him. You know what I mean? Cause they in that, you know, in the Ruska Roma, they know of him. Everybody speaks of him. Everybody knows about him. You know what I mean? So it plays a part to what she's trying to do, because she's trying to, in her own self, you know, try to get to this point where she can kill the people who does something to her family, but at the same time she's trying to be somewhat like him. She feel like she need to get to that point that she's kind of like him. Also in this movie, of course, in any John Wick fashion in general, they make sure that it is known John Wick is that man. No matter how good this girl is, she's not on his level. Because when he was in this movie and they had their fight scenes and stuff, I can tell you right now, there was only like, she might have instances where it was like, oh, she got a good little spot off, but she was nowhere in control of the fight or anything. Like, he could have simply, easily really killed her a bunch of times in a fight. I could at least tell you that straight off gate. You know what I mean?
You're talking too much.
Huh?
You're talking too much.
This the spoilers. It's a little bit of a spoiler. I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general. Like, everybody should. I feel like it should be a known thing that they would not make it where this girl could literally beat John Wick.
Well,
Most people can't beat John Wick, so that's why I'm just saying it's not a surprise. I'm just saying for sure that they keep it.
People and killed
yeah, that's why I'm just saying, like, I'm just giving context that even somebody that really trained or where he was and all this and stuff like that still couldn't be on that type of level with him, and they still sticking to that John Wick is this man. Like, they making sure you know that he still, you know what I'm saying. And I respect that, because that respects him, because I definitely think I would not completely say I would like it if they made it where this girl could kick his butt like hell. I wouldn't like that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it would have been what it was. But you know,
I would have lost my mind, because y'all know 1, 2, and 3. Hey, that set it up for me. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. Hey, I ain't messing with him on a good day, boy.
Hey, for real.
But I definitely think that it definitely deserves like a 8. I'm being generous actually with the 8, because you know, I feel like it could have been more. I don't know what they could have done that would have made me feel like, I feel like it was a lot of just running around one place. Like, it was not all over. It was not like you had one place, another place, and then one place for the rest of the movie. You know, like, I felt like it was just one set place, and it just was not enough action between different things that was happening for me.
Yeah, in this movie, like I say, it's a setup movie, so I definitely feel like, you know what I mean, in another movie, I feel like if they do another one, they would make that more action, extra action packed John Wicky for real, you know what I mean, like where it's just more. But at the same time, I feel like with her character, it's like she has them extra talking moments. John's character, he wasn't a big talker. It was all action with him. I feel like with her character, no matter what they do, they would put a lot of action into it, but at the same time, it still would be a lot of extra more talking and stuff. And then I just definitely feel like in general, some of the fight scenes and certain things that were going on, I was just like, okay, now this is a little ridiculous now. Like, I feel like this ain't completely needed.
I'm still trying to figure out when did they actually like shoot this movie, because this man, Lance Reddick, I believe he passed away, I thought.
Yes, he did. But like I say, I'm pretty sure that they started, you know what I'm saying, doing this movie like in the time that in the time that, you know, that it says, you know what I mean, in the time frame, you know what I mean, because it's set in between 3 and 4. So they might have already had the idea for this movie, that they was going to do this movie, and started going ahead and getting certain stuff. Because if you look into this movie, I mean, y'all seen the trailer, he's in it, but you know what I'm saying, you would see that they only needed him for a couple of scenes.
I
You know
mean,
what I
it's
mean?
very, very true. But I feel like they've been holding, like they had to been holding on to this movie for at least
I mean,
almost 3 to 4, 5 years,
I mean
like if not more.
yeah, it stands the reason to think that they a lot of times they do have certain movies that are like that. You know what I mean? That be just like that. You know what I mean? That they hold for a while, or just in general, maybe you know what I'm saying. You never know. Maybe they was gonna put it in the John Wick movie.
Mm.
You know, and then they just at some point was like, you know what? Okay, how about this? We just make her own standalone character. Cause some characters, you know what I'm saying, be about to be in a certain show or TV or a movie, and they just decide later on, okay, nah, let's just make her own thing. You know what I mean? That could have been the thing too. Maybe they was gonna introduce her in John Wick. You know what I mean? But then they changed it. But we never know. Maybe they said something about her.
Honestly,
Maybe they said something and we missed it.
I don't remember seeing her in any of the previous, but it's been a minute since I have watched it. But I don't remember seeing her in any of the like 1, 2, or 3. I don't remember seeing.
I'm just saying like talk about her.
Yeah, like talk about her in those movies or certain, I know that they talked about the Rooster. I know they talked about them, the Rooster Roma. I know they talked about that in the previous movies.
Of course, they had no choice. But
I don't remember seeing her. I don't remember. But then again, like I said, it's been a little minute, so maybe I just gotta go refresh my good John Wicker. But I just don't think that this. I don't know, y'all. It had action. It had action. It had some emotional aspects in it.
The storyline wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but I don't know. It's something about like this. For some things, for me, I just need an extra build up. Like you really got to get me at the beginning of the show. Like you got to get me some way at the beginning, and then but I'm gonna let y'all go watch it, man. I'm gonna let y'all go watch it because I feel like I can talk about it. Y'all definitely go watch this in the standard vision, or just wait for it to come.
I mean, I about to say it's not in IMAX or nothing, so I mean, you really ain't got much of a choice.
Just wait to watch it, because it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good time,
but it's just.
It's not something I would say go watch again.
Yeah, it's not something I say I'm gonna watch again, or I'm even gonna leave the movie like, you know what? Dang, that was actually really, really good.
It
was amazing.
It was just it was a good time. You know what I mean? To have to watch it the first time, but to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go watch it again, or when when the next one come out, I'm gonna be extra ecstatic if they do make another one. It's not that type of movie. That's one thing I can say for sure. But it was a good time. You know what I mean? But hey, go watch it, man. Like I say, it's not something bad. Definitely not saying go watch it. Not go watch it, but go watch it, man. But hey,
y'all see the rating on IMDb?
Yeah, 7.3.
Not even gonna lie, those comments, if you read some of them,
them comments kind of
factual.
crazy. You know what I mean? But hey, like I said before, man, if you guys want to support the channel more right now, man, hit that link in the description. Come Patreon. If not, subscribe, tell a friend to keep running us up. We're gonna see y'all in the next review, man. Peace.
Devin.